Yeah, it's still the morning. It's 20 after 11 on the 29th of October. Clip put up by Fox, written by Deidre Heavy, Heavey, of Fox News. Title, Mamdani faces criminal referrals over alleged foreign donations to New York City mayoral campaign. He's going to be your next mayor, I think. Coleridge Reagan Foundation files complaints with Department of Justice and Manhattan DA against Zohran Mamdani. Let's listen to this clip. Plays for 7 minutes. See if there's an ad there first. There's always an ad. They got to pay Sean Hannity $25 million, that fat slob, for doing nothing. And he is a fat slob. That's why he doesn't wear ties anymore, because he looks like a stuffed fucking turkey. Big fat slob. He's like his buddy, Trump, a big fat slob.
Here in New York City, we'll be picking between a socialist and a Democrat and a Republican. And in New Jersey, Republicans are fighting to flip the governor's seat red. It's been done before. While in Virginia, they fight to keep it away from Democrats.
We love the way you say election.
Yeah, you are so jealous.
America's new newsroom co-host Bill Hemmer joins us now to break it.
Good morning, guys. Great show, great audience. I love all of it. Everybody good today? Yeah. A little bit delayed response here. I always think that elections, regardless of the outcome, tell a very interesting story for what people are thinking, what people are feeling.
A report card.
Yeah, it's like the after-election report is just as interesting as the reporting leading up to it. But I think next Tuesday is going to be fascinating. And I know you guys will be watching, right? Late, deep into the night?
Crying, maybe. In New York.
Is there a sliver of hope when you look at the numbers?
Yeah, I'm going to take you over the board here. Should I do that now? Because there's a new poll that came out yesterday, and so we'll go ahead and show you over here. So come on, guys.
To Bill Hemmer walk.
Breaking down the races.
On Tuesday night, what we'll do is we'll be over here at the billboard, and we'll break down what's happening in New York City and then tell you what's happening in New Jersey, then in the Commonwealth of Virginia. This was a bit of a stunner yesterday. This is Suffolk poll, okay? Mamdani is below 44%. Cuomo's just ticking right toward 34, so it's a 10-point game. The middle vote here, does it break or does it stay with Sliwa? Does Sliwa's number go higher? Don't know, but this is as close as Cuomo's gotten now during this entire election here, okay? This is 2021. You want to know how Democratic New York City is? The 5 boroughs now. Talking about 8.8 million people, roughly 4.5 million registered voters. Adams had no problem beating Sliwa with 2/3 of the vote, but there's a bit of a trend going on. I'm just going to try and explain it to you the way I see it currently, okay? These are the race results at the presidential level. All right, Trump got 30% of the vote, okay? The margin in 2024 was about 13 points, but the margin in 2020 was 23. So we cut it by 10, okay? Just hang on to that thought. Hang on to that idea here, okay? This is Jack Ciattarelli, latest polling against Mikey Sherrill, down 5 points in the state of New Jersey. This is where Ciattarelli was 4 years ago. He lost by 3.2 points. A lot of Republicans in New Jersey thought it was a foregone conclusion that the Democrat was going to win. They did not think it would be this close. Republicans in Jersey are saying, you got to get the vote out on behalf of Republicans. They will say 400,000 registered Republicans did not vote. Jack Ciattarelli is coming up on our news program with Dana at the top of the hour here. We'll talk to him about that. Why, remember the trend now, right? In New York, do you see a shift toward the right in some of these states and some of these races? Here's Trump against Harris in New Jersey, lost by 6 points. But 4 years prior, he lost by 16. So we cut that margin by 10. Also, there's a similar trend here in New Jersey. Glenn Youngkin, a winner over Terry McAuliffe 4 years ago. He can't run again based on the state constitution. Winsome Earl Sears is the Republican running there against Abigail Spanberger. He won it by 2 points, but this is what happened at the presidential level. Trump didn't win this state either, okay? He lost it about 5 points, but in 2020, he lost it by 10. Right? See it? Like all 3 races I'm showing you, the Republicans got closer on their margins, and we'll see ultimately whether that affects the outcome next Tuesday night. So come on back here, and you guys can fire away any questions you've got, or we can go to the audience. Or
yeah, we're going to go to the audience. Bill, good job. Nice to write down the three big races.
I think we got Jack in the audience that has a question for Bill Hemmer. Where's Jack?
Hey, Jack, stand up.
Is Jack Chitterelli in the house?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else have a
They
question?
don't have a nickname, Jack.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Robert Dennison, Livonia, Michigan. There's been a lot of focus on the New York and New Jersey races. Are there any other races across the country that we should be keeping our eye on?
I think at the local level there'll be a few, but the reason why we focus on these is because New Jersey and Virginia have off-year elections. So every 12 months after we elect the president of the White House, they'll hold a governor's contest in their states. It gives us a measure of how the president in office is doing. Oftentimes, like in the Commonwealth of Virginia, they'll vote against the party in power. It's part of the reason why Youngkin won. Remember when they had that election in Virginia, that was only 2.5 months removed from the Kabul disaster. And so that was seen by many people as a referendum on Joe Biden.
How about, Proposition 50 is also intriguing, isn't it, out in California?
Out in California. They're going to vote as to whether or not they're going to gerrymander the state. And I don't know how it goes. It looks like it's hard to poll California. It's either a yes vote or a no vote. But if they pass it, then Gavin Newsom, as the governor, has the opportunity to counteract a lot of what Republicans have been doing in states like Texas, which could offset things in the House of Republicans.
Bill, what's the truth about Mamdani? Will he have the ability to do all the things he's saying he's going to do?
Wow. Free, me, right? Got to go through Albany, I do believe. That's the way it's set up here. Possibly, Ainsley. There's another story here, and I don't think a lot of people have voiced this, but I'll just throw a theory out there. I believe if
Ainsley has just beautiful hair. Look at the hair on that girl. Beautiful woman, too.
Mamdani is the winner, or if Cuomo is the winner, we've yet to see ICE come into the 5 boroughs. We did see Homeland Security about 10 days ago. They raided a few guys down in Canal Street selling these fake handbags, and most of them had criminal records in the past. The possibility here is that Kathy Hochul has said, no new taxes. We're done with that. Exactly. We can't afford more people fleeing our state. By the way, New York, a lot of people talk about California, people loading up the U-Haul and getting out of California. New York, percentage-wise, leads the country. And the number of people who have left the Empire State, she doesn't want any more of that. And she made that clear the other night.
They chanting tax the rich last night.
On Sunday night, you're right. She, however, could come under enormous pressure from the progressive left, depending on how Mamdani governs. And you don't know, over time, does he wear her down? So keep an eye on that. Back to the whole ICE story. It is quite possible that all these policies about free buses and free childcare and everything else, grocery stores, et cetera, freeze the rent, which, well, if you freeze the rent in New York, you only raise the rent in other people. I mean, landlords are in the business of real estate to make money. It's possible that a lot of these issues are put on the back burner. And the primary issue in New York would then become ICE agents in the 5 boroughs. And I believe, as I sit here today, Trump would be up for that fight. And so too with Mamdani.
Yeah, wow.
And those could be some really ugly scenes in New York. Jack Chitterelli is coming up with Dana and me shortly here. Dr. Mark Siegel, Mary Catherine Ham coming up.
The way Hammer's talking, Mamdani's already in, huh? With 1 week until Election Day in New York City, a campaign finance watchdog group, the Coolidge-Reagan Foundation, filed 2 criminal referrals against Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani on Tuesday, claiming he received illegal contributions from foreign donors. But the Mamdani campaign maintains that any issue regarding financial contributions has been resolved. A review of finance reports earlier this month revealed that Mamdani's campaign had accepted nearly $13,000 from at least 170 donors from outside the United States, raising questions about his campaign financial compliance, as only U.S. citizens or permanent legal residents are permitted to contribute to American political campaigns. These are not isolated incidents or clerical errors. Dan Becker, a national campaign finance expert and president of the Coolidge-Reagan Foundation, told Fox News Digital. This was a sustained pattern of foreign money flowing into New York City mayoral race, which is a clear violation of both federal law and New York City campaign finance rules. Mamdani's campaign was on notice for months that it was accepting illegal foreign contributions, yet it did nothing meaningful to stop it. He's going to be the next mayor. The guy's it's like Obama, a Muslim nut job. However, the Mamdani campaign said 31 of the 170 donors have proven their citizenship or legal permanent residence and have been deemed permissible by the Campaign Finance Board. Well, 31, what about the rest? The remaining 139 have had their donations refunded. Look at this guy, fucking desert rat. He's going to be the next mayor. You can finish reading the rest of the article. He will be the next mayor. Why? Well, Muslims infiltrate, they dominate, and then they subjugate. Look what they've done to the United Kingdom. Look what they've done to Michigan. You got these garbage people being elected into Congress. I'll attach the link. Pass it along.